Then let's move on to the next one. Just a little bit. Hello, good morning, wherever you're at. Hopefully it's morning. If you're in America, I'm sure it's early enough. Radio's broke, sorry guys. This is in central Pennsylvania. Currently in Roaring Spring right now. Kentucky. Yeah. Pretty much anywhere from Texas up through. I know Tennessee got hit. My dad is down in between Dallas and Fort Worth, and they got quite a few inches of ice and snow down there. Got brand new tires on yesterday. Got extra ballast weight in the bed of the truck. And I'm sure anybody else that's out plowing is not watching YouTube right now, I would hope. Yeah, this truck that I got, I've only had it for about 3 months, and it came with a big set of the shame on me, BFG's big off-road tires, and they just have no linear tread pattern to it at all. So I was actually sliding left and right on hillsides when I'm plowing, and I took it to the tire shop. They were brand new, and I got the truck. He's like, "Oh, these are great tires. Why are you getting rid of them?" I said, "Well, I don't want to slide into somebody's house or car." I said, "They're junk. They're not made for snow. They're made for mud." So even the guy at the tire shop didn't understand what kind of tire to use for snow when you're plowing and trying to get straight line grip. So you need something with some lines in it. Don't buy snow treads unless you want to waste your money. Buy a good, more aggressive all season or something of that nature. I think it's a waste of money to buy winter treads just to take them back off and let them sit there all summer and hope that they're good for winter next season. Hello, Tennessee. Good morning. We're actually, I'm not sure where Clarksville is. I've seen it on the map, but we actually are looking at a spot down in Brownsville near Memphis. So, good morning. I got the state truck just parked out here. I don't know if he's just taking a nap or what. Checking his chains. Good morning, Ohio. Sorry for the scraping of the blades. I got the defroster on full blast here. Trying to keep the visibility good for you. Get these salt. Not exactly sure what time it started. I'm guessing it was somewhere around 2:30 to 3 a.m. and we are currently 6 o'clock here, so about 3 hours. We've got about 4 inches, I believe, from what I've seen on the parking lots. Good morning, bro. We are in Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania right now, kind of about 2 hours west of Pittsburgh. I'm surprised they touched this road. They never hit it. Get up the hill here. You guys probably can't even tell it's a hill. We're driving a 2012 F-350 with the 6.2 gas motor. sliding around these turns. This driveway's tricky to approach because there's not a lot of room. You know, this truck I have is made for a little bit of everything. So we have an 8-foot bed with extended cab. It's a little bit longer to make an approach when you don't have room on the left side of the road. So let's see if I can zoom out here and get you some wing action. Luckily, this stuff is very fluffy. Truck pushes it with ease, of course. I'm going to try to keep this to the right side of this driveway because we're going to get plenty of it. Once I get to the little, he has like a little pull off back here before it turns into the main driveway. Push this pile a little extra far so I got room for later. Good morning, this is in Pennsylvania. God. Pennsylvania, we're in Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania right now. If you've ever heard of Altoona, one of our favorite teams is the Altoona Curve. They're an affiliate of the Pirates. Of course, you know how that goes, so. Try not to run over this guy's landscaping. I usually put the wing back so I can see where I'm at in the yard. You can see I was getting off the side there. No, actually you can't. Sorry about that, guys. Get this one. I love an old truck, huh? That's a little better, huh? This portion of the driveway cleaned up here. This guy has some really nice stone retaining wall on the left side, and it really hugs the driveway. So it's hard to get in there just right without catching the retaining wall. Well, these wipers are just not cutting it for you. Sorry, I was talking about the Altoona Curve. If you've ever heard of Altoona, we're big baseball fans. Of course, I typically root for the Rangers, but our local team is the Altoona Curve. So we are just south of Altoona, Pennsylvania. Let's see, am I running red and blue lights? No, I'm running white and yellow. I'm not sure municipality wise and different things, we're not actually supposed to be running red and blue unless we're emergency services. And this is definitely I mean, to some people it's an emergency, but to me this is just everyday life in Pennsylvania. Now this part is tricky. Turn wipers back. This driveway is not ideal for plowing. There's leftover pile from before. Hopefully I can push it out there a little bit. Let's give it a shot. We're in his yard right now. Thanks for the accent comment. My dad has been down in Texas for the last 20 years, so I've been frequenting Texas. But you know, here where we're at in Pennsylvania, we're or I don't know if you want to call us hillbillies here and there, but we got a little bit of mix of everything. Let's see if I can get this over here. If you are not in one of the colder states, give us a shout of what your temperature is right now. I'm at 9 degrees. Alabama, good morning. Heck yeah. Sweet home Alabama. I cannot see. Whoever had this truck before me was some punk kid. He's got tinted windows and stuff. I cannot see back up if I gotta look around. And these mirrors are great for the side, but you can't really see the objects that you're near. $55, where the heck are you at? Alabama. 55 in Alabama. Well, we got spoiled here a few weeks ago. We had 60, I think, the one day. And then several days later, it was like 10 degrees. Pile it up. Let's see if I can get you. I can't zoom out any further. Sorry, guys. North Alabama. Yep, 80 degrees to 20. Squonk. Cut out or not. I had to clock into this job. Sorry about that. We use a logging system to keep track of our time, and that way we know how much time we spend at each location. We also do that for our heating and air conditioning business. I don't know if it would have paused the live stream or not when I did that. You'll have to let me know. Next one's a good 20-minute drive, I think. Yeah, maybe not 20, but it's gonna be a lot of just driving on the road. This one's good enough for now until we get another foot here soon. I've been out here, I don't even know, I think I started somewhere around 4:30 or 5. I don't really like to hit it if it's just a little dusting. It's kind of pointless and waste my customers' money. Seatbelt back on. Currently we are at 4.6 miles per gallon average. Looks like I actually need to get some fuel. Might have to make a fuel run here. Slide around just a little bit. Now just imagine if you're a fly on the windshield, how cold that would be right now. 9 degrees, driving even 30 mile an hour's got to feel pretty dang cold. Let's get her on here. Yeah, there's a few horses there. We had a 2017 F350, and that thing was a turd. It just had no giddy up at all. This one at least has a little kick to it, it seems like. Same motor, it was both 6.2 gas motor. Just had no power to it at all. Two-wheel here is fry my front hubs. That guy earlier. Township. No, actually, the roads are really not icy right now. Nothing has really melted to turn into ice. Good morning. So right now, it's really just skating on fluff. I know when I hit the first parking lot, I had cleared it the other day, got it salted off good, and it was nice and dry as of yesterday. I hit it first thing this morning, and it sounded like 50 grit sandpaper on my blade. So it was no ice whatsoever because there's just nothing to, there's not enough heat to turn it into ice. Arby's is closed down. Not sure what time they open for breakfast. Burger King. Oh, if I get you. Need to get these blades cleaned off for you once I get to the gas station. Good morning, Patrick. Maryland, good morning, Maryland. Man, I know my uncles down in Maryland, they always get hit with weather. How much did you get down there already this morning? Daredevils. That's a little car there. That little Chevy Cobalt going out in the snow. Yeah, got the ice in Texas. Morning, Texas. My dad's down there in between Dallas and Fort Worth. I know what he's getting. I'm sure. I'm not sure what part of Texas you're in, but I know they shut ago and it wouldn't turn back on. Dad was having to run a gas grill in the house just to provide some heat. I know there was other people doing that and they had not cracked the window or anything and suffocated. It's not good when you're in a situation like that. Right now I'm coming into East Freedom. I call this the McKee Gap. Can't really tell based on the video, of course. We're heading towards the gas station. That guy has got his high beams on. Come on now. Jeez, guy. I can't even read your thing now since I stared at his headlights. Hi. Good morning. Harrisburg, PA, good morning. It's a complex we did on left here. We put 5 heat pumps in there last year. Code Beverage. Good morning to the beer distributor. I'm sure they're not even in there. North Carolina, good morning. Did you get any snow? Trying to think where my brother-in-law's at down there. Sleet, no snow. Lucky you. I don't know, some days like this stuff is real light. I would almost dare say it'd be better to get some light snow versus the freezing rain stuff like Texas. That stuff hangs on the power lines. Power lines here are almost bone dry by the looks of it. I guess there's an advantage to each type of weather. North Atlanta. Nice. Old Atlanta getting the snow. I know we run up into the mountains sometimes and they got so much ice on the lines it droops the communication lines clear down to the road. They have to have a lot of extra slack in their lines because all the trees, every time we go up there, there's trees laying on the lines, even in the middle of summer. If I sneeze hard enough, I lose power. That's good. I like that. Oh, well, here's a fun topic. What is the price of gas where you guys are located? Right now, we are at $3.19. And of course, we have a discount card we use. It gets it down to $2.89. Right now, we are at $2.89 for the regular. $3, yeah. The cheapest we seen, we just took a trip down to Tennessee a few weeks ago, and it was, I think I got $2.19. A 2-wheel, give her a little drift here. I have traction controls, still $2.50, good for you. Just sold our camp in West Virginia last year. It was always like 60 or 80 cents cheaper down there in West Virginia. Almost on the E. Didn't realize that. Good thing we were over this way. That guy's gonna run out of places to put his snow. I have to get these blades cleaned off. Let's see. Tape squeeze. Alright, can we see any better? About half. Drink some Pedialyte, take some B12. Fried chicken. $6.15. We get up early. See if the pump cooperates for me. Good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're out plowing. This guy here is having a good day. He's got the diesel going. Oh, heck, he's got a snowblower on the back. We're running the Mastercrafts Trail HDs on here. We usually run the Stratus APs, and they actually said the Stratus AP is more of a road tire, and it's only rated at 40,000. Well, this slightly more aggressive all season, if you want to call it that, is rated at 60,000. Like, what in the world? We're wearing the TrueWorks reflective T. No, I'm sorry, not T. I think it would be an S3. I forget what number or letter sequence they use, but this is the 3. I have the 4 at home. It's a lot thicker, but when I'm riding in the truck, you're running heat, you're sweating death plowing. So he's got quite the mound. You can't quite tell. That's probably a good foot of snow there that he's got built up. Here he comes. Nice. Gotta love a straight blade. Used to run straight blade all the time. After doing parking lots just like that, it's a pain to get that collected and clear to the end of the lot without V-plow. So running this V-plow, man, I am loving this thing. Show you the plow we got on the front here. Got the XV2, I believe it is, by Fisher. And this is the 9'6" blade. Yeah, we actually take, I've seen somebody comment about the Pedialyte. We take flavorless electrolytes. It is good for you, especially, right now, I don't even think I have a bottle in the truck of anything. I always forget to grab a bottle of water. You just sit there all day and you don't think to drink or eat anything. There goes the money. It's still going. Usually it back feeds and trips it out. Yeah. Don't insult. I got 75-pound pavers in the back. Finish this gas fuel up here. Hangover. Yeah. No hangover for me. I quit drinking. Not that I ever drank a whole lot, but just got better things to do for now. Now and again we have a little sip of something. Too busy working to worry about getting drunk. Oh, somebody asked about the strobe light. I just have a Little Amazon deal on the top here. Running into the, there we go, running into the side window. I don't work weekends, yeah. Well, I run my own business. I work 24/7 pretty much. We run a heating and air conditioning business. And we ran all day yesterday, 2 of us. Where are you located that it's your summer? Are you down south below the equator? 45 years in the salt. Yep. Let's reset our miles per gallon here. We were at 6.5 till we got here. I know earlier plowing we were at 4.5. Currently showing 11 degrees here in East Freedom, Pennsylvania, in the United States, in case you're not in the country. This guy's got the low strobes on his bumper. Nice. Oh, I gotta kick her on 4 over here. We're spinning. Australia. A dingo ate me baby. I'm not good at accents. I'm good at heating and air conditioning. Maybe working on cars and things like that. Definitely not good at accents. Good morning, Alabama. Somebody else from Alabama. Must be a bunch of Alabamians. Alabamians? I'm not sure how you say it. If you're just tuning in, we are in East Freedom, Pennsylvania right now. Coming back through the McKee Gap. Passing a Sheetz gas station. I'm heading towards this little town called Fredericksburg, Pennsylvania. I think there's more than one Fredericksburg. We're going to be just going slightly west of Martinsburg, Pennsylvania. 45 degrees Celsius. You must not be from around here. Those people around here ain't got the brains to calculate Celsius to Fahrenheit. I'm guessing somewhere around 80 degrees maybe. Hopefully you can see the road. It is still dark here. I don't think sunrise is for another hour probably. With clouds and whatnot, you might not really get. If you want to call it a sunrise, I mean, it's going to be cloudy all day. Wish the wipers were further up on windshield so the defrost could hit the wipers. We're gonna have to get some heated wipers apparently. Either that or pull back into the shop for a minute. Say hi. Hello. Barbara Beck. Hello and good morning. And whatever that is, if that's a high five, I'll give you one back. Nice. All-wheel drive are you guys driving? If you have an all-wheel drive, maybe you have two-wheel drive. I know years ago I had a 2016 Mustang I'd take out in this. I think Atlanta was saying they got 10 inches, if I remember reading that earlier. Over there, it looks like they're open this morning. That is rock solid. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see that. Ooh, nice. 93. I had a 99. Shoot. I think I'm in a little too far over here. Let's get over this way. I had a 99 Mustang. Maroon 35th anniversary edition. Loved it. And then I bought a brand new 2016 Mustang when they came out. I had the first one in this area, and man, everybody loved that thing. And I would take it out day like today. I had real good treads on it after I burned off the factory Pirellis. I think I had 6,000 miles on the factory Pirellis before they were shot, and I mean they were shot. They were down to the cords, and I didn't do burnouts or anything in it. I just loved ripping and drifting around turns. New York to Atlanta. Definitely change weather from one to the other. Oh, the Roush would be cool. We had a guy locally that was pretty cool. He won a Chip Foose Mustang in a giveaway. Yeah, you always see those things and think they're baloney, but yeah, he actually won a Chip Foose Mustang. He still has it. That was probably 10 years ago he won that. I think it was a 2013, so yeah, it's been a while. Thank you for supporting my channel. Greatly appreciate that. It has been, forever, I think, since I started this thing decades ago. I'm not even sure when I started it, but half the battle of running a channel and running a business is having the time to put content on. Hello, good morning. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're warm and safe at this point in time. 350 IS. White on white, nice. Loving the white on white. Definitely, that's what my Mustang was, white. all white beauty with black rims. My 2016 was, and I straight piped it. This one time I was driving through town, went ripping past a gas station, didn't realize there was a cop sitting at the gas station. He was filling up, and apparently he pulled out and pulled me over, and come running up the window. He was ticked. He's like, "You scared the crap out of me." Didn't even ask for my license. He's like, "You're some punk kid. You can afford this car. You can afford any ticket I'm gonna be able to give you." He didn't realize I didn't have any money at all. I spent all my money on the Mustang. If he gave me a ticket, it would have put me who knows where. I definitely need it. So I got out and walked back to his cruiser and shook his hand. I said, "Hey, I appreciate the way you handled that. I was acting like an idiot, and I need to straighten up." Holy smokes, this plow truck is very... Oh, I can't see anything. Jeez. Well, let's not do that. Wipers aren't doing anything. Yeah, anyhow. Definitely good times in the sports cars. A lot of stupid decisions when you're young. Okay, graphite wheels. Hot pink chrome. Interesting. Be curious to see what that looks like. Tickle pink. That'd be fun. Not believe how hard it is to actually read that screen. I got this on a mag mount, excuse me, mag mount with about a 6-inch arm on it, just so that it doesn't block all the visibility. That's what you're seeing over here on this side. And the thing's shaking around. I can't hardly read any of these comments. Sorry if I don't get to yours. Nice GTO. Nice. I had a 1986 Trans Am. Oh, I love that thing. Had T-tops. Oh, it was great. Engine caught fire one time in the garage. I had a buddy helping me, and I had him hook the fuel line up. The fuel line came loose while we were just starting the rebuild engine, and sprayed fuel all over the engine bay. Caught fire, ruined a lot of electronics, or I should say electrical stuff. Then after that, I got it running, but it just wasn't the same. Once something like that happens to your baby, you're just like, ugh, okay, this thing's not the same anymore. Just either then have more pride to rebuild it, or you're just like, all right, I'm gonna have to get rid of it. So I got rid of it. 79, nice. And then the guy that got it from me, young kid bought it from me pretty cheap. He drove it for a little bit and then sold it to one neighbor. Neighbor tore the motor. He liked the motor I put in it, and he tore the motor out and then just let the chassis sit there. And it's like, well, I guess that truly was the end of it once it had to fire. It didn't make it much more than a few months and just got sent to the junkyard. Somebody back there asked what town we're in. We are currently in Martinsburg, Pennsylvania. Let's see if the wipers. Oh, I need to get that ice off there. Crunching for you. Following the state truck. I think my 2016 Mustang was probably one of my favorites. My most favorite. I'll tell you what, I might pull into the shop here. Coming up on the shop. Oh, nice. IROC C. That's awesome. My brother, we had a C10 for him, and my pap owned a junkyard, so we got motors and all kinds of different things at random times. And pap had an IROC engine sitting there out of a Camaro. So we put the IROC engine in my brother's C10, and oh my gosh, that thing was wicked. So kudos to the IROC Z. Definitely love that thing. That's a good one. 96 Bronco. I have a 96 F-150. Unfortunately, it's sitting out in the snow right now. I didn't get down there to pick it up and get it in the garage. Do a quick stop here and check the windshield. Now, this is my street here. I have not catched it. Scoop a little bit along. Excuse me. So I usually try to catch my neighbor's stuff, especially off the sidewalks, and then I push it into my yard because it just keeps our street nicer. You know, you think about it, the borough plows it onto the sidewalk. Ooh. And then everybody else has to shovel it back onto the road. So it's just like a vicious cycle, everybody throwing it back and forth on each other. So if I can, I try to scoop it up and put it in my yard. I have one, not to brag, but I got one of the biggest yards around, so I tell everybody, hey, push your stuff over here for room. That way you got room to put it. Oh, the houses here are beautiful. You should see some of them. I mean, we're not in the most expensive neighborhood around, but there's just, especially when it's snowing, it's a really beautiful area. Let's see what we got hiding in the garage. Thaw off the windshield here real quick. There's one of my fun toys. You can't even see it. Let's see if I can get the windshield to thaw off here. Let's clean this windshield off. Quite recovered our visibility, huh? There we go. So we got the limo over here on the left. We got the, that's not mine. I don't drive Beamers. That's Wagner's. And we got the Bobcat over here. Bob, service van. Alright, let's keep going. Be out all day, I'm sure, but all day. It took all day. Let me know if that cuts out. I had to go into the other app to clock in. Let me know if that cuts out. I'm kind of curious. I don't have a whole lot of experience with live. I have exactly, well, one video, which is this one. It is so cold everywhere. You're right. I can't see anything back up. Okay. off-roading. Try to keep it a little drier for you. Not so much scraping, clunking. So we are heading down to an area we call Fair Valley. Nice, no one around. Beautiful. I always like the sound when it snows this much. It kind of softens the noise, you know, around the area. You don't hear cars as much. You don't hear. It's just a lot less noise. Bring this belt back on here. Averaging 7.3 miles a gallon. Of course, that's just since we left the gas station. So once we start plowing, we drop gas mileage. Yes, it is so cold everywhere, that's for sure. We're currently at 11 degrees on the truck. Actually warm considering yesterday was -4 to start with, I think. I forgot to grab a bottle of water. Just like I was saying earlier at the gas station, you always run out the door without things you need. You should grab probably a snack or something with some minerals. After we hit these two over here, we should be able to take a short break and then we'll get back to it. Absolutely, I'm not sure.